Hi all, this is Sean. So today's video is going to be about Swatch, and I thought I would make a video about kind of niche swatches. So one of the best things I think about Swatch is that despite the fact that obviously they make loads of watches and there's tons of them, and they're not by any stretch of the imagination a small company, it does feel like you can express your individuality through the swatch that you choose to wear, because there's just so many of them out there and there's so many different types and styles, and obviously the company's been going for 40 odd years now, and you know there's so many different models out there that you can choose one that kind of says a little something about you, I guess. So I tried to do that, and the latest one was Christmas. I bought a Christmas swatch, and it's really cool. But today's video is going to be about French themed swatches. So I'm a Francophile and I love French culture and the French language, and therefore I'm interested in obviously French themed swatches. So I've got a couple of French / language based swatches, and I'm just going to show you a couple of them, others on the screen, and that's the breadth of the Swatch catalog really. You can pick a thing and then collect swatches in relation to that. So you know, even if it's as random as like cartoons, like you're into cartoons and therefore you can get the Peanut swatches, the Tintin swatch. There's a Simpsons version from this Christmas. You know, the possibilities are kind of endless. So first of all, I've got this one. This is called Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain, the place in Paris, and these are there was a like Paris collection, I think, in the early 90s. So there was one called Saint-Germain, there's one called Croque Monsieur, and this is cool because it's got French writing on it. I'm a bit gutted about this one because this strap isn't original to the watch. It's from 1989, and I bought it and it actually cost it was relatively expensive for a second-hand watch. I didn't pay loads of money for it or anything like that, but it was original condition with the strap. I bought it from an international seller and they sent it to me, and it survived the trip. And then foolish me, I was not going to wear the strap, but when it came I put it on my wrist and I kind of bent the strap around my wrist and it snapped straight away, and I was gutted about it. In case you don't know, older Swatch straps, they're like made of a waxy substance and they snap so easily. It's like snapping a wax crayon that's thin and strap shaped. That's what it was like. I stuck it back together with super glue, but you can see the join. I'd never wear it anyway. It's not a big deal, and to be honest, I kind of don't like the idea of buying watches just to keep and look at them. But I wish I wouldn't have broken that strap. I almost bought on eBay, they had the dummy version of this watch, so a non-working version, and the strap was obviously on it, and I almost bought it just so I could keep the strap, but I didn't, and it's gone. So now I have but anyway, this is cool. This is probably my favorite like watch in terms of swatch, in terms of it's got Je te veux and tu es, and on the hands I want you and you are, and then words around the dial at the hour markers, so magique, magic, univers, universe, vertige, vertigo, etc. But it's cool. Also, there's this one. This one is, again, the strap's not original to it, but it looks so good on this modern clear Swatch strap. So this has got the numbers in different languages all around the dial, and the day is also in a different language. So if you can see that language, I have no idea what it is. Is it Arabic maybe? It's Saturday, so that's Saturday in whatever language that is. And then obviously around the dial you've got the numbers, so 12 on, de, etc. Some of the languages I can identify and some I can't. It's just cool. I mean, it's obviously a really subtle watch, a subtle statement, but it's cool. So yeah, I'd just take you through a couple of French swatches that I've identified and that you might find interesting. Okay, so as a rule, I do not buy my watches from Etsy. But having said that, it is actually pretty good for looking for old swatches. Obviously, this particular one is £140. It's relatively expensive for a vintage. Well, it's not even vintage actually, a swatch. But if you're looking for one that you really, really want, then there are worse places to look. So this is called La Pistache. I'm pretty sure that means pistachio, obviously, but it's a Place Vendôme Paris special, and I didn't know this until yesterday actually, and you might do, but geeky, I know, but Swatch stores, they are throughout the world, but the Swatch store in Place Vendôme in Paris was quite special because apparently Place Vendôme is really associated with high-end jewelry, so Rolex and Cartier, whatever. So Swatch opened a store there, and to make it special, what they did is made the watches in that store exclusive to that store. So for example, it would be 500 pieces of this or 5,000 pieces of this, and then they would constantly recycle the collections. And I didn't actually know that until yesterday, and that's pretty cool. So this swatch could only be bought from the Place Vendôme Swatch store. It's kind of a dirty coloured, pistachio coloured, I guess, jellyfish, and I really like it. Actually, I think it's cool. I would be buying, if I bought this watch, I would partially be buying it because it came from the Place Vendôme Paris. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Paris store. It's closed now, which is really gutting. Because obviously it shows them. Obviously they couldn't keep that going, but that's mega cool, I think. And the second one is called La Mangue, Mango, and this is another Place Vendôme Paris special. I mean, it doesn't really do that much for me aesthetically, to be honest. But again, it's just really cool that these existed, and it's from that particular store, and it looks really, really mint, doesn't it? This particular one, it's brilliant. This is Greetings from Paris, Bisous de Paris. Basically the watch that you buy from Paris, a destination watch, if you like. I remember seeing this actually once, well, obviously it must have been 2016, when I was in Paris in I can't remember what the shop's called in Paris. This is so tacky, isn't it? But it's really fun. It's got all the things that you would associate with Paris on the strap, and the dial is really quite normal, to be honest. And then Greetings from Paris, and obviously you can get these from all cities in the world, so that'd be another way you could produce a collection. This is the 41mm Nugent version. I don't really like the Nugent. I prefer the 34mm swatches, but it's cool, this one. And then art lovers, Michelangelo, Marie de Medici, Queen of France. I can't claim to know anything about this watch or the story, but mean, this advert is actually a bit confusing because it says it's produced in 1989, but it's 1987. But yeah, it's cool. The flower and the dial. And then this one is called Croque Monsieur. This is from 1989. So this was released actually in the same year at the same time as the watch that I just showed you that I own, the Saint Germain. This, you could not wear the strap on this because it would snap straight away. But La terre n'est pas une vallée de larmes. The earth is not a valley of tears. It's cool. I love it. I want this one, and I will probably buy it at some point. You can get it for much cheaper than £99, by the way. I'm just showing you the watches. Particularly because the straps won't have survived on a lot of these, because they're so easy to break. There's also a Croque Madame, a women's version, a smaller watch for a his and hers vibe. Yeah, I like the French writing on the dial. I think it's cool, a cool phrase, and I really like this watch. And this one's just one that I picked up. I think you can still buy this in other countries, but I'm in the UK. It doesn't give you an option to buy it. It's called French Lover. I mean, it's so ridiculously horrible, isn't it? But I love you in various languages. And then French writing. Je t'aime un peu, beaucoup, passionnément, à la folie, pas du tout. I love you a little, a lot, passionately, to madness, not at all. But yeah, so obviously this, well, I shouldn't say that because it's sexist, but I would imagine this is a woman's watch. I wouldn't personally wear this watch. It's not my style. But yeah. So let me know which are your favourite watches, what kind of theme you would like to collect in relation to. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.